Eastern Illinois head coach Adam Cushing. The Panthers will come open OVC play at Tennessee Tech, coming off a loss in the Mid-America Classic against Illinois State, 31-24. So, Coach, thoughts on your team? Then we'll go into some questions.
Yeah, it was a heck of a Mid-America Classic. Came down to the final moments, and really incredibly proud of the team. Right, we had a few opportunities there. We just didn't finish the opportunities to win the game there in the fourth quarter. And fourth down on offense, we go get it. We're still driving. We get a chance to get off the field in defense. But what was awesome is the guys just kept fighting because we get the stop then on defense, and not only we get the stop, then we get the block kick, which gives us another opportunity to. So unbelievable game, obviously unbelievable job by our punt return block coach to get a blocked punt for a touchdown. A huge play in that game. Special teams was really solid for us in there, and what you saw obviously was a little more consistency on offense, and it was some good stuff, and just excited. The guys right now truly believe there's a lot of belief based on what they just showed, that that we're excited for OVC play, because I put the statistic up on Sunday that everybody in the OVC is 0-0 in conference. And I know it sounds like coach speak, but it's a real thing. And now we've got an opportunity just to reinvent our season. And I think the guys really understand that everything we've learned to this point, all of the hits that we've taken, all of the adversity we've faced has just strengthened us for this opportunity.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go into questions. I know Dan's with us. I'll let him go first.
Morning, Adam.
Morning.
Last week, you were holding the football, talking about taking care of it and taking it away, and that was definitely something that we saw improvement on against Illinois State. So I guess just give me some thoughts on the way you took the ball away, and I would include obviously the blocks in that, as well as the one turnover you had.
Yeah, obviously we did a great job of they turned it over, but we say that we pressured them, right? The quarterback, as he turned it over because our guys were up in his face, they were making a move, and then we capitalized on it. And you said it well, right? The block punt for a touchdown is as good as a turnover, right? And so obviously that's huge. You could say the difference in the game is the pick six on our side, but obviously we created points when the defense got the ball. We went and scored as an offense, and then we got the blocked punt for the touchdown. So it's going to continue to be a big emphasis. We've already been on the practice field this morning. The first thing I did was show them a bunch of pictures of Panthers yawning and saying that let's not get bored with it. Just because we did it well doesn't mean we need to get bored with it. Let's keep doing it. Let's just do it a little better. And that was the thing. We just did the exact same things. The offense, when they left the field, they got a ball from the defense, who was standing on the sideline holding the ball. The defense runs out, hands it to the offense, and they run off the field, right? So we're just continue to emphasize the exact same thing, because it's the name of this game, right? It's not called end zone, right? It's called football, and so it's all about that football.
I got one more for you, and then I'll turn it over to Kyle. You talked about the offense being more consistent. You guys had some sustained drives. What would you like to see still to improve out of that offense?
Yeah, I think it's just consistent, a little more consistent in the box. I think from an O-line perspective, I thought our backs ran really hard, and Otto was just awesome. Really was keeping plays alive, doing what he does, right? That's some of the best stuff he does is make plays off script. But there were a couple missed targets on the O-line. We've just got to clean up a little bit of that stuff, because that's going to even make us more dangerous if we're able to just stay a little more on schedule in the box.
Thank you.
Coach, thoughts on Tennessee Tech and what you've seen from them? Same position. They've had some close games. Last two games they've struggled scoring, but they're looking for a win too. So both your teams are looking for that first win this weekend.
Yeah, you guys, it's going to be a heck of a football game. Obviously, we had a heck of a football game in the spring. Came down to that last possession on both sides of the ball, right? And so it's going to be another great game. You see them; they're absolutely well coached. I got a lot of respect for what Dwayne does down there, and you can see defensively it's the same group of guys, and they're better, right? They're truly you can see the improvement there. Same thing on offense. Obviously, the difference in quarterback. That's it's the bunch of the same guys except different quarterbacks that have been out there playing for them. And but you can see they're better up front. You can see their backs have gotten a little bit older. The receivers are still making, their number two still down the field making a bunch of plays. I mean, they're a talented football team, and you saw we're expecting an unbelievable football game because that's what we've been in all year long, really. So, and when you got a well-coached team that's pretty darn disciplined, we're going to have to be more disciplined than we've been. Probably the biggest place we can improve as a football team is cleaning up our penalties. That's been a little bit uncharacteristic for us.
One more on that on Tennessee Tech. How is it hard? You played an FBS team too, but they just played an FBS team and they played 3 different quarterbacks, I believe. Is it kind of hard to figure out what they're going to do against you because it's a little bit different than playing maybe Tennessee?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they've played a couple other games and we've got a history with them, and you kind of have some idea of who those quarterbacks are. You can see what they are, and they weren't their offense wasn't drastically different against Tennessee by any stretch of the imagination. It was just what they've been doing. But yeah, they had a tough game there, but I can sympathize with that. We had a rough one when we were out in South Carolina, so part of the deal. But I think what's significant is I know that they're going to bounce back. Knowing Coach Alexander and the character of their young men and their football team, they're going to bounce back and they're going to have their best week of practice. And we've got to have our best week of practice to have an opportunity to win the game.
Last question. I know there's no moral victories, but all your FCS losses have all been by 7 points or less. Does that say that you're all almost there? I know there's improvement to be made, but what would you say about the closeness of those 3 FCS games?
Yeah, certainly we've just got to finish, and that's been our motto, and we just haven't gotten quite over that hump. And boy, we all on the sideline felt that we were going to do it on Saturday, and we just didn't quite get there. And bottom line is, again, 3:30 to go in the game, and we've got the football with an opportunity to go win it, and we didn't. And so again, that comes down to coaching. I mean, obviously the players got to go out and make the plays, and but they made plays for 4 quarters, and it was a great back and forth game. They came out, with a heck of a flurry on offense, and what I think was most impressive from our football team was, we had 3 plays of offense in the first quarter, but then 50 plays of offense in the second half. I mean, it was quite something for us to occupy the football and really give our defense a chance to just stay on the sideline a little bit. I mean, it's hard to play defense if you're on the field every single play, right? There's only so many times you can stop them. So, but I think the cool part is, honestly, we came into that on our team meeting on Sunday, and the guys knew there was no waver in the belief. There was complete understanding that it just is that one more play, and they know where it is. They know what it takes to get there, and they now just have to go make that play. And we've got to, as coaches, put them in that position to do it.
Dan, do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it for me. So thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
Best of luck this weekend, Coach, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Appreciate you guys. Go Panthers.